The applause was still ringing when she turned to him. Not me, not the man who paid for the lights, the wine, the orchestra that hummed in the corner. She turned to him. "Thank you," she said into the microphone, "for everything." Her eyes didn't even brush mine. 100 faces shifted toward me, expecting me to laugh, to smile, to nod in casual acceptance. I did none of it. And then, like a blade slipped beneath my ribs, she handed me a small box, wrapped in gold paper, delicate ribbon tied in a perfect bow. "Your gift," she said. I opened it. The crowd leaned closer, phones ready. A t-shirt, black, branded. Across the chest, one word printed in bold white: divorced. Laughter detonated in the room. Some nervous, some genuine, some cruel. I smiled. A thin, lifeless curve. Then I folded the shirt carefully back into its box, kissed her cheek, and whispered, "Thank you." 5 minutes later, I was gone. Her real gift, the diamond bracelet I'd bought for her wrist, gone with me. And then silence. Until my phone lit up. 157 missed calls. I drove without destination. The streets blurred into one another, neon bleeding into black. Her voice replayed in fragments. Her gratitude, her mockery, her choice of audience. She didn't thank me. She didn't even acknowledge me. She made me the punchline at my own expense. And him, always him. The colleague who hovered in her stories. The friend she swore was nothing. The man who stood behind her tonight with a smile that wasn't innocent. Something shifted in me that evening. It wasn't anger. Anger is loud, sloppy. This was colder, precise, like the moment a surgeon marks where to cut. I replayed her laugh as she pressed that shirt into my hands. A signal, a declaration, made public so it couldn't be unsaid. The betrayal wasn't sudden. It had been there, buried, waiting to be uncovered. Tonight was only the confession, unintentional, brutal, final. And I would find the truth, quietly, meticulously, without warning. I began with her phone, not physically. I wasn't careless enough for that. I had mirrored her iCloud months ago, after the first time she came home working late. Messages, calls, photographs. The casual intimacy of people who thought their secret was safe in a digital cage. He was there, always. His name lit up her nights. His words filled the spaces where mine used to live. Still, I wanted certainty, not suspicion, not inference, evidence. I found a message: "He's not home tonight. Come over." Time-stamped, location shared. I drove to the address, parked down the street, watched her silhouette against the curtains. A man's shadow joined hers. I didn't move, didn't breathe. I only watched, memorizing the contours of their crime. When I left, I felt lighter, because doubt is heavy. Truth, however sharp, is clean. The next week, I arranged the rest. DNA tests from hair she carelessly left on the bathroom brush. Receipts from her hidden credit card. Gifts that were never mine. Photographs, printed, placed neatly in an envelope. I spoke to no one. My smile never cracked. She never suspected. That is the advantage of silence. People mistake it for weakness. The results came back. The test was not about her, but about the child I once believed to be mine. A daughter, with her eyes. Not mine. Not mine. The word repeated itself until it became a soundless echo in my head. I sat at the dining table, the envelope beside my glass of water. When she entered, she smiled, kissed my cheek, spoke of errands and trivialities. I slid the envelope across to her. No words, just paper. She opened it, photographs spilled, receipts, screenshots, and finally, the DNA report. Her face drained of color, her lips parted. She whispered my name. I only raised a finger to my lips. Silence. The storm in her eyes grew. Tears, excuses, the frantic scramble of a liar cornered. But I remained still, watching, waiting. The next evening we attended another gathering, smaller, intimate, her family this time. They toasted her, they toasted me, they toasted the picture of a marriage that had already been reduced to ash. When the moment came, I stood, calm, glass in hand. "I have a gift," I said. "One more." I placed the same gold-wrapped box on the table. She froze, her hands trembled. Her sister reached for it, laughing. But I stopped her. "No, this is only for my wife." She opened it slowly. Inside was the T-shirt she gave me, divorced, folded neatly, and beneath it the DNA report. Gasps rippled across the room. Eyes darted. Whispers rose like smoke. I met her gaze, cold, unblinking. "You gave me your joke in public," I said, voice low, steady. "I thought I'd return the favor." She collapsed into words, into apologies, into frantic pleas. But the room wasn't listening. They were looking at me, at her, at the truth laid bare. I placed the bracelet, the gift she never wore, on the table. Then I stood, walked out, and didn't look back. Later the calls came again, dozens, hundreds, each one more desperate than the last. I didn't answer. Her voice cracked through voicemail, promises, screams, begging. Then silence. But the silence was mine, not hers. It was the silence of freedom, the silence of clarity. Betrayal has a sound. It's laughter at your expense. It's whispers in another room. It's a branded shirt with one word meant to humiliate you. But truth has a sound too. It's quiet, final, absolute. And when I closed that final voicemail, I realized something. She had tried to bury me in humiliation. Instead, she buried herself. I walked away lighter than I had in years. Because sometimes revenge isn't fire, it's ice.